So we just hear a bunch of screaming and we can't really figure out what it's from. We think it's just from like the mine of like, oh, they dropped, that's the scary ride, they're screaming.
Reese Ziegler was getting ready to go on the Haunted Mine Drop at Glenwood Caverns Sunday, a ride 9 News covered ahead of its opening day in 2017.
Drop you to 110 feet down a big shaft that we've mined.
But while waiting for family nearby, she could tell something went wrong.
And because her family had came out and they were all obviously very distraught over what had happened, and they didn't even really know what happened. They just know that the ride came back up without her on it.
A 6-year-old girl died during the ride. The coroner says she had multiple blunt force injuries.
The young man, I guess, running the ride was standing up against the wall, and he had said, I don't know what happened, I had buckled her in.
The ride was designed without shoulder harnesses. The state's labor department says the ride met state regulations based on past inspections.
It's really the manufacturer's recommendations. However the manufacturer designs the ride to operate safely is what the operator must follow. They can certainly go above and beyond the manufacturer's recommendations and add components to the rides if they feel like they need to.
Greg Johnson with the state says investigators were at the amusement park Tuesday to figure out how this happened.
Sometimes it's very difficult and sometimes you can't find the cause.
The team could be working on this investigation for weeks, ultimately trying to prevent another family from grieving this same loss.
And everybody else starts crying because, you know, that hit really close to home because some people had just gotten off of that ride and we were just about to get on it.
Now, the state says manufacturers decide how to comply with national standards. Johnson says those standards list the requirements a design has to meet, but they may not specify the type of restraint to use. And tonight the park is telling us that they're going to be closed until Saturday. But that ride, while it's under investigation, that will remain closed.
Understandable. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people have questions about the restraints and everything that goes into this.
Yeah, and hopefully these are questions that investigators will be able to answer, but the state says sometimes it's just really hard to figure out the cause.
Yeah, it's so awful on
really
every
awful
level.
Story.
So thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you.